Sometimes I don't even know why I have a YouTube channel, because I feel like I have nothing to add to this world, nothing to give it, nothing to entertain or educate. There's nothing I want to talk about for hours on end, and I can give my unsolicited advice. And I just feel pointless. Now, I say all that, and I know it's probably not all true. There's probably something I could give you, something I want to do. I love to create, and I like the act of creating, but I feel like I have nothing to say. So I feel pointless. And right now, in this moment, I feel pointless. And I don't want to feel that way. I want to contribute and give and create, and that's the thing that makes me happy. But it's also the thing that makes me feel bad, because I have, at this current moment, nothing to say, so I feel pointless. And I don't know if this thought is real, or if it's just something that passes through my head all the time, and I'm just choosing to pay attention to it. You know? This is like my 5th time trying to record a YouTube video. My 5th time. I thought by now I'd be kind of good at this, or come up with ideas, but in reality, I have nothing. I feel creatively unfilled. I feel unmotivated right now. I feel empty. I feel tired. And maybe these are the times when you're supposed to take a break, which I feel like I have, honestly and truly. Mainly because my body put me up to it. I've recently gotten the flu, but I don't know. It all makes me really sad, because this one little thought, this thought that I have nothing to give, that I'm pointless, that I have nothing to create, it just keeps lingering. And I can make anything come out of my head at any moment. Thoughts are like magic, you know? They don't always exist, and then all of a sudden they can exist. And sometimes you can force them out, sometimes you can't, sometimes you wait for them. And I'm just upset that nothing's coming to my head. And I don't want to go back to watching BoJack Horseman. I do, because I really like the show. I've been watching a lot of BoJack Horseman because I've been feeling mentally not great. And for anyone that's ever seen that show, you know that show can put you mentally in a not great space. But I've seen it many times, so this is not my first rodeo, and I know what to expect. But it's not always a good sign, even though it being one of the greatest shows ever, to watch. You may not be in the perfect mind space. You may not be in the perfect headspace. And I'm trying to get out of it. I am. I think this is one effort that I am attempting to get out of it by trying again to make another YouTube video. But like, even now, when I'm making a YouTube video, I feel like I'm doing it all wrong. I feel like there's some type of formula or way you should do it, because that's what's gonna elicit results. And why am I even thinking about results? I guess want to be able to connect with someone, and I do want to do this, but I don't know. As you can see, I overthink a lot, or just think a lot. And the thoughts keep persisting, and they keep persisting, and they drill into my head until they can't be drilled in anymore, and they now are just tattooed on my brain. So how's your night going? And part of me wants to just stop recording completely, because I have no idea and no clue what I'm recording. But I know also part of me just criticizes myself so much on everything I do before I even create it, but also am I even starting the creation process in a healthy manner? Am I starting it with an open mind or brainstorming, or am I just kind of like rushing into it before I even know what I want to say, which causes me to be disappointed at the end? All of the above, I think. This is a video, but what's it a video about? Why would you click? Why do you want to click? And here are the thoughts that go through my mind, and maybe you can answer them, because I'm sure there are answers that clearly I have so many texts on my phone right now that I do not want to answer because I feel so unmotivated. And I feel so pointless and uncreative. And that's all I want to be right now. And I'm sitting here attaching my self-worth to my creative productivity. And that's not good either. And I haven't felt pretty in a long time. I know that's like a side note that I don't really need to mention, but this is always something that bothers me a lot. And you know, I don't need to be the prettiest thing in the party or anything like that, but like something about when you don't feel good inside and then you also don't feel like you look good on the outside somehow tells your brain that you are doing worse than if it was just one or the latter. Maybe I should stop this. Maybe I should stop trying to record a video, but maybe that's also me self-sabotaging. There's a lot of thoughts. And I'm not always gonna feel like this. I'm sure within the next 2 weeks, maybe, I'll be on a completely different mental ride of something that's happening. That's probably good, probably having a great time, and all of these things that are tormenting me in the moment won't even matter. Being human is frustrating. Is it the thoughts? Is it me? Is it my lack of being able to sift through this web that I call a mind and kind of pinpoint and articulate how I really feel? Or maybe I'm articulating it completely well. I just can't sift through them in a way that feels like this makes sense. Like that I'm getting some profound, insightful information out of my brain by unlocking with the key that I found with my thoughts and figuring out something very, very deep about myself, within myself. All I figured out about myself is that I'm confusing. I probably just need to chill out. And if that is the most profound thing that I figured out tonight, then I am having a slow night.